Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. Damian Priest is set for a marquee match against Finn Balor at Bad Blood. This rivalry, which once began from the ashes of treachery, has now reached a boiling point. Priest is looking to put an end to his saga with the Judgment Day by defeating Balor at the upcoming spectacle. However, a shocking name could show up at Bad Blood and cost the Punisher his match. The name in question is Karrion Kross. The speculation arose after both superstars were seen battling each other in WWE's recent house shows in Columbus, Georgia, and Huntsville, Alabama. The Terror Twins battled Kross and Scarlett in mixed tag team matches at the live events that took place on September 28th and 29th, respectively. This seems to be a major indication that the Triple H-led creative team may have plans for a feud between the two superstars on Raw. Therefore, the possibility of Karrion Kross costing Damian Priest at Bad Blood is quite good, as it will sow the seeds of their potential feud. Moreover, this would allow WWE to avoid having a clear winner in the grudge match between Finn Balor and the Archer of Infamy. There have been quite a few rumors that the Stamford-based promotion might stretch the Priest-Balor rivalry, and it may eventually culminate in a blockbuster showdown at WrestleMania 41. Hence, Kross' involvement in their match will allow the company to put the Judgment Day saga on hold for now before resuming it ahead of the show of shows next year. Besides, the Doomwalker has been struggling on the main roster for quite some time. A feud with Damian Priest will also put him into the spotlight. Although it is just speculation at the moment, it will be interesting to see whether Karrion Kross costs the former World Heavyweight Champion at Bad Blood. Could WWE be planning a mixed tag team feud for Damian Priest after Bad Blood? Damian Priest is set to have a tough night at Bad Blood as he will face his former friend Finn Balor in a highly anticipated match. There are chances of Karrion Kross interfering in the match. Besides, a feud between Scarlett and Rhea Ripley could also begin simultaneously after the spectacle. This could eventually lead to a mixed tag team feud between the Terror Twins and the heel duo of Kross and Scarlett. As mentioned above, WWE has already been running mixed tag team matches between both teams at recent house shows. Therefore, this could also be an indication that a program between them on Raw is on the horizon. The chances of it happening are quite high, as it will give rise to a fresh storyline on Monday Night Raw after Bad Blood. Furthermore, the Terror Twins seem to have red-hot momentum, which might compel the Triple H-led regime to keep Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest together. Besides, this will also lead to the in-ring return of Scarlett on the main roster, something that fans have been clamoring for years. Although this is speculation at this point, it will be interesting to see if WWE runs a mixed tag team feud between the Terror Twins and the heel duo. The night was electric. WWE's Bad Blood pay-per-view had all the ingredients for a spectacle that would go down in history: high-stakes matches, surprise returns, and rivalries that had been simmering for months. But the most anticipated clash was the one between former friends and now bitter enemies, Damian Priest and Finn Balor. Their fallout within the Judgment Day had torn the group apart, and tonight they would settle the score. As the two warriors prepared to step into the ring, the wrestling world buzzed with excitement. Finn Balor, the seasoned veteran, was determined to reassert his dominance. Damian Priest, on the other hand, was riding high on his recent Money in the Bank victory, hoping to solidify his place as the new face of WWE's dark and destructive stable. But as the match drew closer, one question lingered in the air: who would interfere, and how would it impact the outcome? The build-up, Priest versus Balor. The breakup of the Judgment Day had been messy and public. Once a cohesive unit led by Rhea Ripley and Finn Balor, the faction had slowly started to fracture, with Damian Priest feeling underappreciated and sidelined. Tensions boiled over when Priest, in a moment of frustration, turned on Balor, leading to a series of brutal encounters. At WWE Bad Blood, it was supposed to be the final showdown between the two, a match where there would be no escape, no outside interference, and no excuses. But WWE had never been known for predictable outcomes, and this match was primed for a shocking twist. The tension, Priest's rise and Balor's resurgence. Damian Priest had been on a roll ever since winning the Money in the Bank contract. His dominant in-ring performances and newfound charisma made him a formidable opponent. However, Finn Balor was not one to be underestimated. As a former Universal Champion and one of the most technically sound wrestlers on the roster, Balor was determined to remind the world why he was still one of the best. Despite their personal animosity, the two competitors had been evenly matched in the weeks leading up to Bad Blood. Balor had won several key matches, but Priest had always found a way to bounce back, his looming Money in the Bank briefcase always serving as a reminder that his time to shine was imminent. Yet, amid all the chaos, there was a sense that someone was waiting in the wings, someone who could tip the scales in favor of one of these superstars. Fans speculated endlessly online. Would it be a former Judgment Day member like Edge? Would Rhea Ripley somehow get involved? Or could WWE pull a complete swerve and introduce a brand new player into the mix? The match, Chaos Ensues. The match itself was a clinic in storytelling. Damian Priest and Finn Balor traded blows, each one more punishing than the last. Balor's speed and agility kept Priest off balance, but Priest's raw power allowed him to take control of large portions of the contest. The crowd was split. Some cheered for Balor, the fan favorite, while others rooted for Priest, who had quickly become a dark horse in WWE's upper card. As the match wore on, both men became increasingly desperate. Balor hit a coup de grace, but Priest managed to kick out at the last second. Priest, in turn, countered with a devastating reckoning, but Balor showed his resilience by rolling out of the ring before Priest could capitalize. The tension in the arena was palpable. The referee looked on as both men struggled to their feet, knowing that one more big move could end the match. And then it happened. The shocking interference. Enter J.D. McDonough as Finn Balor stood poised to deliver another coup de grace. The crowd erupted in a mix of boos and shock as a familiar face sprinted down the ramp. **J.D. McDonough***. The former NXT UK standout and close ally of Balor had been rumored to make his presence felt in WWE for months, but no one expected him to interfere in such a high-profile match. J.D. McDonough slid into the ring just as Finn Balor ascended to the top rope. At first, it seemed like he was there to help his longtime friend. But in a stunning twist, McDonough shoved Balor off the top rope, sending him crashing to the mat. The audience was in disbelief. Had J.D. McDonough just turned on Finn Balor? Damian Priest, still dazed from the brutal contest, saw the opportunity and seized it. He quickly hoisted Balor onto his shoulders and delivered a thunderous south of heaven chokeslam, driving Balor into the canvas. The referee, still in shock from McDonough's interference, hesitated for a moment before counting the three. Damian Priest had won, but not in the way anyone had expected. The aftermath, a new alliance? As the bell rang, J.D. McDonough stood in the ring, staring down at Finn Balor's lifeless body. Damian Priest, clutching his Money in the Bank briefcase, looked confused at first, unsure of what had just happened. But as McDonough extended his hand to Priest, it became clear that a new alliance was forming. Priest, after a moment of hesitation, shook McDonough's hand. The two men stood tall over Balor, united in their betrayal. The Judgment Day was no more, but something far more dangerous had just been born. The potential impact. What comes next? The fallout from this shocking betrayal could reshape the entire landscape of WWE. Damian Priest, now aligned with J.D. McDonough, would undoubtedly become an even more dangerous force. McDonough, known for his ruthless in-ring style and cunning tactics, was the perfect partner for Priest as he looked to cash in his Money in the Bank contract and become world champion. As for Finn Balor, the betrayal by his closest ally could send him spiraling into a dark place. Would he seek revenge on McDonough and Priest? Or would this devastating loss force him to reevaluate his place in WWE? With WWE's Bad Blood leaving more questions than answers, one thing was clear: Damian Priest's victory, thanks to J.D. McDonough's shocking interference, had changed the course of WWE history. The future was uncertain, but it was also thrilling.